Greetings, Halo fans. Today we're dropping behind enemy lines with the Mattel Halo Spartan air assault figure. Really excited to bring you guys this video review. This is now the second figure from the Mattel Halo series that I'm reviewing, so let's get right to it. As you can see, the packaging is really nice. I love the way that Mattel has packaged these figures, and they leave a section of the Spartan bodysuit visible so that you can see the different armor segments and the weapons packaged on the side. And all of these figures come with a piece of the Promethean Alpha Crawler to assemble that, and we'll see that momentarily. One of the things I want to point out on the side of the packaging that I didn't show on the review for Linda is the artwork of the character, and that's really nicely done. I really like that. On the back you have your obligatory product images. On the left you can see the actual figure with all of the armor sections completely removed. Of course the helmet is non-removable, and there are 14 armor segments that attach to the Spartan. On the right you see the completed figure, and again that's one of the pre-production images where the plastic was really shiny and bright, and I'm glad they didn't go in that direction. In the lower left hand corner you see the Series 1 figures displayed, and in the lower right corner is the Promethean Alpha Crawler displayed completely assembled. So we're going to pause the video, take the figure out of the packaging. We're going to come back and we'll pick up the review with the completed figure. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back. We have our figure and accessories out of the packaging now, and before we get into the review I want to show you guys what the instruction sheet looks like. This is the front page, and it's basically just a diagram of the figure and the armor segments and the accessories. If you open it up, at the top of the page on the left it shows you how to attach the front armor segments, and down at the bottom it shows you how to attach the rear armor segments. On the next page it shows you how to attach the missile launcher, and then it shows you how to attach the sidearm. So it's very simple and straightforward. Now I intentionally left some of the armor segments off so that I could show you guys how they attach. And before we get into that, I want to pull it a little closer to the camera so you guys can see the detail in the bodysuit. There's a lot of detailing in here that there's no paint amps for, and a lot of detailing and texturing up here underneath the armor, as well as here in this section, and around his abs and down around his thighs and that sort of thing. And just a really nice sculpt, really nice figure. And I'm not one to customize figures. I really like the figure the way it is. Perhaps some of you may want to customize it if you buy it, but I really appreciate it for what it is. And I like the blue and the black on the bodysuit there. Now something I want to point out to you right off of the bat is the foot armor. These things are really difficult to mess with. If you see on the bottom here, they kind of slip over his boot or foot, and you have to pull it tight over his toe section here. If you don't, this is going to flop around and it's going to come off. So he's really standing on his foot except for back here at the heel. So this is something you want to pay close attention to. So I left a couple armor segments off, and we're going to start with the hip armor, and I want to show you guys how to attach it. And you see the one over here on this side, on his right. On the left side, this is the hip armor, and you can see how it kind of wraps around his leg, and there's a peg on the inside of it, and that peg plugs into this port. So what you want to do is come up from the front or the back. I like to come up from the front and just put it on and twist it around and push it up, and it'll snap into place like so. Now for his leg armor, you want to put the calf section on first, and I'll turn it around so you guys can see it. And you want to take it and just kind of snap it on there and push it in. There's his calf armor. And for his shin in the front of his leg. It plugs in there. So snapping into place like so. And there's his armor, and it's good to go. Now this, of course, is the Mark 6 Generation 2 of the aerosol armor, and it has some advancements to it. There's some specialized optics included in the helmet, but this particular armor also includes, within the heads-up display, or HUD, the capability of displaying real-time satellite imagery to the Spartan. And this is the only Mjolnir armor that does that. And you know, these guys could drop in via SOEIV like the ODSTs, or come in on a Pelican and a hot LZ, and it's critical that they have real-time intelligence of the battlefield, and this allows them to do that without relying on a support unit. So that's, you know, that's really awesome. Now his sidearm, you can see here, is really large, and one of the things I found in some research from 343 Industries is that the M6H Magnum for the Spartans is upscaled 117% from the actual production size for regular soldiers, and this is so that it can fit better in the hands of the Spartans. So that's a really neat feature. And you can see the white accents on the shoulder armor, on his helmet, and this butt armor is a separate section that attaches on. I like the accent detailing here on his thruster pack. That looks nice. And there's a port here for the rocket launcher to plug into. So just a really nice figure, and he's got really good range of motion in his head. Torso swivels back and forth, movement in his shoulders, out, up and down, elbows, and wrist. And again, like Spartan Linda, you have to pull the hands off to get the gauntlet armor on. And be careful doing that, because there's a really small stem on a ball joint that if you pull it too hard, it'll break it, and then you'll be buying a new figure. So be really careful pulling his hand out to attach that gauntlet armor onto the figure. And his knees bend, really good range of motion. And there you can see the foot armor coming off and having to stretch it back on. So really nice figure. I love the different poses you can get with this. Now for his primary weapon, he's equipped with the Hydra MLRS-1 missile launcher. Now, you guys have seen the one that comes with the McFarlane figures, and it's just dull plastic. This thing has nice paint apps to it. It's done in a dark earth brown with black highlights, and then the UNSC logo and a green holographic sight on top. And just really nice detailing. Far better than the McFarlane version, and larger also. Now this particular weapon has 6 micro missiles up here in a rotary launcher. They are gyroscopically stabilized high explosive airburst missiles, and they're used to engage both infantry and vehicle targets. And one of the neat features about this gun is that it can be linked with the HUD and the Spartan's helmet using a smart link, and he can fire the weapon without actually having to look down the sight. The sight is his visor system. So that's really cool. So he can hold this in either hand, but I'm going to show you guys how to attach it in the back. You're just going to take it and plug it into that port like so, and there you go. There's your Air Assault Spartan from Mattel. And this is just a really fascinating figure. You know, it's just really awesome to see the level of detail and quality that they put into these figures, and I really like these better than the McFarlane figures, you know, simply because the armor segments make the figure look more realistic. You know, they're not molded into the figure itself as the McFarlane figures were. This figure stands approximately 6 inches tall, and the elites are 6.5 inches, so they are scaled correctly to each other. And you know, they're a larger mold and scale than the McFarlane figures, but they look far nicer. And you know, if you're curious about how they scale with those figures, go back and watch my review of the Mattel Halo Spartan Linda action figure, and I've got a McFarlane ODST, as well as Halo 5 Spartan Kelly for comparison. So guys, there it is. There's the Air Assault Spartan from Mattel. I hope you guys have enjoyed the review. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below the video, or visit my Facebook page, Orion's Belt Creations. I do a lot of fan fiction writing, getting into some customized prop weapons using the Boomco guns, and really looking forward to the Boomco MA5 when it's released. I'm going to be customizing it as well. If you guys think you might be interested in some of those being customized, please shoot me an email. It's orionsbeltcreations@outlook.com. So I've enjoyed doing the review for you. Stick around. We've got more that's going to be posted in the next few days. All right. Y'all have a good one.